What's up, guys? It's Tim from Everyday Tactical Vids, and today I just wanted to make a quick video that was really that would describe the foundation of what we're doing here at Everyday Tactical. Just to give you a little background on myself, I've been an outdoor enthusiast for as long as I can remember. All the way up through high school, I was doing things like camping and canoeing, fishing, hiking, all those kinds of things. When I went to college, I actually minored in outdoor recreation, so I started to learn more of those refined skills of backpacking and snowshoeing, rock climbing, stuff like that. Got into a lot of the gear there, tested a lot of things, used a lot of different types of gear from a lot of different companies. When I was in college, I actually taught over at Cornell University teaching wilderness survival skills. They called it Native American survival skills. And I had learned a lot of that stuff just on my own, reading and practicing when I was in high school. And so when I got to college and saw they had an opportunity for somebody to teach the class, I thought, man, it's a pretty niche market. Like, there's not a ton of people who can do that. So I applied and I got hired and taught that for a couple times at a couple of different sessions over there. It's a lot less like, how do you use all these camping gear items to survive in the woods. It's much more like if you went to the woods with just, bare bones or essentially nothing, it would be your ultimate goal. Would I be able to survive making shelter, fire, bow drills, things like that? So I got into the wilderness survival side of things at the end of high school, and then obviously as I went through college. And, I've been doing things. I've done things all across the country as far as outdoors. I've done backpacking and rock climbing and camping and stuff in Utah, California, Colorado, all up and down the East Coast as well. So, it's just been a passion of mine for a long time. And then, a handful of years ago, I had a couple buddies and I got together, and one of my buddies introduced me to airsoft just as a hobby. And so I got kind of into that, and that took off, and it really exposed me to a lot of military history, in particular special forces. I got really into reading about those guys. And then, that kind of draws you into a world where you start learning about different types of gear and things that guys are carrying overseas in the Middle East, and just in general, what different military and law enforcement groups work. And so, I had this interest in the outdoors, and I got kind of interested in the tactical world as well. And I don't want to be one of those guys who pretends to be something I'm not. So that's one of the first things I want to say, is that Everyday Tactical Vids is not about pretending I'm a Navy SEAL, I'm a Green Beret, I'm SAS, whatever. It's about saying I'm just an average Joe who loves the outdoors. I got some skills, and I want to take those skills and kind of live tactically, if you will. And the concept that really came to me was saying, how do I become an asset to those who are around me? So, what I carry on me every day, what I have at home, what I have in my car, how do I become a useful citizen? So how do I get some skills, get some good quality items, and put those two things together so that I can, just in the day-to-day, be helpful to people in the world? So, I have my bailout bag in the car, which is kind of a survival bag. And then I've also got this, basically a giveaway box. So, I try to keep in my car, and you'll see videos on this, but I try to keep in my car fleece blanket, a hat, some sort of food or a water container. Things that, if you bump into somebody who's got a car stalled on the side of the road and they're like, yeah, I'm good, I already called AAA, they'll be here in an hour. You're like, okay, well, here's a hat, here's a blanket, you can stay warm. A couple years ago, my wife and I were driving in New England, and this guy came tearing by us, just driving like a maniac. And actually went off the road and crashed his car, and he got out of the car, was kind of stumbling around, and a bunch of cars pulled over. We saw there were two kids in the back seat. So a couple guys ran down. We pulled the kids out of the car because the car was smoking, and there was a chance it could be something really bad there. And I had a blanket in the back of my car, so I gave it to the woman who was holding one of the kids to wrap the kid up, because then your body can go into shock, and then all kinds of things can happen. So you want to keep that kid warm, and it was a fall day anyhow. So that just struck me that day, saying, man, just because I had a couple items in my car, that became useful. And I ran into another situation within a couple months where I put another blanket in my car and then ended up giving that one away. So Everyday Tactical Vids, kind of at the core of it, is how do you become a responsible, useful citizen? How do you take a skill set that maybe you're refining on your own and then translate it into, being able to provide for yourself, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and then really the bigger community. So it's not just about me. It's about me, and then blessing my family, and then really reaching out to the larger community. And, that video I put together about the hurricane that came through, I'm not saying go out and start directing traffic if there's a police officer there. That's just being foolhardy and probably dangerous and stupid. What I'm saying is that having resources, having things so you can go down the street and check on that old lady who might be in need, and you've got some skills and some things that you could actually help her out with. So that's really the heart of Everyday Tactical. That's why I review these items and say, hey, it's not for the guy who is rappelling out of a Black Hawk. It's for the guy who's just trying to do his, go to his job and live everyday life and be a productive citizen and add some value as far as the skill set that you bring to the table. So that's really the heart of Everyday Tactical Vids. I just wanted you guys to hear that so you know a little bit about, where I'm coming from. There's all these guys out there who are doing great reviews on a variety of tactical items and all kinds of techniques and stuff, and I'm just trying to pull some of those things together and then get my hands on some items and say, hey man, here's some things that I find useful, and hopefully you will too. So as always, thanks for checking out the video. I invite you guys to subscribe, like this video, check us out on Facebook. This isn't my full-time job. My full-time job, I'm a pastor, so probably part of what I'm doing for Everyday Tactical Vids is just flowing out of really who I'm designed to be, caring for people, reaching out for people, trying to encourage and help people. So I do this on the side just because I love the tactical world, I love the outdoor world, and as an average Joe, I'm just trying to find a way to bring some of that knowledge and information to other average Joes out there who want to live responsibly, be an asset to the world around them. So as always, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll be making more videos, so check back soon.